Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. So today we have some fun little teas for ya and things I definitely want to talk about and get into here. I definitely wanted to talk about V's promise to send kind of a nude shirtless pic, six-pack abs type of pic to us armies, and one particular army in general was the one who requested it. I will get into that as I'm sure you guys are very curious if you do not know what is going on. We also want to talk about a tattoo and getting a better view of said tattoo. There's also like this recent clip of Jungkook kind of singing and you're able to see more of his tattoo and all that sort of thing. Why he just won't post a full video showing his entire arm and his tattoo and explaining it, I don't know why he won't do that. But we're going to talk about the tattoo here today anyway. If you're interested in this tea and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so be notified until a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now, let's jump into it. Now, before we jump into the little title tea we have going on over here, there's a little bit of a side tea that we have something that I want to talk about, which it's about Jimin, a lovely little mochi. I hope he is with Papa Mochi right now and he is happy. God, I love my little mochi family. But recently, if you didn't know, BTS released their Class of 2020 video. This is a video on their Bangtan TV channel, about 12 minutes long or so, and there's two of them. Both of them are about the same length. One is a speech that they decided to give, the advice they'd like to give to Class of 2020, and the other one was a performance video that they decided to do where they sang kind of their hits. But we're going to be talking about the speech video here today. What they spoke about was very inspiring. It was very amazing. It was very good as it gave a lot of hope. There was hope to the people out there watching, to the new generation of kids that are now adults, who obviously couldn't enjoy a very normal thing that everyone gets to enjoy. Something they worked so hard to achieve, but now aren't going to be able to get to do it, which is graduation. Getting that diploma, being able to walk on that stage and get that diploma. Personally, I don't really care about those things. I literally skipped my graduation ceremony because I don't care. But everyone has things that they care about, and I know some people that's really important to them. Everyone in the speech video, all the members gave a very touching speech. But one in particular that we're going to be talking about today is of course Jimin. His speech was then mentioned by a lot of people around the world, not just armies but other influential people as well. When his speech was made and then it was posted, Jimin actually became trending on Twitter. No surprise there, right? When BTS does anything, armies are going to go ahead and trend something. People from all over around the world start seeing this trend, and then the topic began even being picked up by newspapers in Brazil. The head of Sony Media in India wrote about this, and the host of ET Now started talking about it, among of course many more, but I can't sit here and read the entire list. All of them praised how Jimin's speech was very inspiring, felt like it came from the heart and it felt genuine. They loved how honest he was being in there. And the person who wrote this tweet, let me just explain what they said. Let's read it. They wrote, "Jimin tells the world we have friends who understand our pain in other places, like Seoul. We are all connected and all feel during this time." Jimin's exact words were, "Remember there is a person in Korea in the city of Seoul who understands you." I assume he is referring to himself and of course the other BTS members, and I 100% agree. Other people started to join in and kind of say a little bit more too. One person actually wrote this: "I'm fully crying at Jimin saying they hope we are healthy in a time when everything is uncertain, but even if we feel we're alone, there is someone in Seoul who understands us." This is so true. I am so touched by his genuine words, by his reassurance. I am happy to feel like he understands what we're going through. I honestly don't think any of them are like chilling in their mansion and having pool parties and all that stuff while this is going on in the world. And most of them are going to feel alone because they can't actually go out and meet their friends. And I'm very happy that I can relate to that and at least think in my head, well, at least BTS is going through something very similar to me. And if you are going through something right now, at the very least, you know BTS is there for you. They can understand what you're going through and I can understand what you're going through because I am going through everything you are too. I don't live in a mansion, far from rich, probably closer to the poverty line if you ask me. So this is obviously tough for me. It's a very comforting thing to know that you're not alone, because sometimes we get wrapped up in our heads and we literally think we're the only one experiencing this problem, that no one else has this problem. I mean, when you turn on TV or social media, people are still posting the times that they're happy. Everyone still looks happy. So then it becomes, am I the only one that's sad? And that's hard to deal with. I mean, BTS appears happy on social media, so it's very happy to hear that they're also dealing with the same things we are. It's very comforting to know Jimin reassured us. It's not the most happiest moment right now. He can obviously relate to how frustrated we feel, and it's definitely very difficult for people who are creative, just due to the fact that, as I said, creative people feel like they have to work and have to make creative things all the time. A lot of BTS's creative work comes from leaving the house, and being able to create and make good art is what makes creative people happy. So if you're stuck all the time, you can't make the thing that makes you happy, you're gonna be kind of sad. You can't meet people, you're not allowed to go outside and meet people. It makes it hard to create, and it definitely makes it hard to be inspired. But I don't think it'll take more more than a year or even more than a few months before all of this blows over. And this just becomes a thing of the past, so hang in there. I definitely wanted to see what some armies, or better yet, us normies who are not verified on Twitter, to see what they had to say about everyone else saying things about Jimin's speech. One person wrote, Jimin's speech was so heart-wrenching in the best possible. Literal angel. What the sad face? Jimin is doing a really great thing by speaking up. All of them are doing a really great thing by speaking up. It really helps serve the community and makes people feel a lot closer to you. You gotta love him, you gotta love what he does. I can't express how beautiful his soul is. V or Taeyang is also someone who is serving the community kind of in his own little way. He's got a promise to keep. Obviously, a lot of armies have gotten a lot of free time since they're at home and not doing anything. A lot of people have been following BTS on VLive. VLive, if you didn't know, is a social media site that's kind of for live streaming. It's more of a Korean type of social media site, similar to Twitch or livestream.com. It's a great way to obviously connect with BTS because they live stream there all the time. Of course, their Korean social media sites are going to be the ones that they use the most, so they tend not to live stream as often on YouTube. Well, actually, recently they've been doing a lot on YouTube, but you know, normally it's on VLive. Anyway, V recently posted a photo on weverse, which is another Korean social media site, of him looking at a fan drawing of him, except the drawing was in kind of Simpsons style. This drawing is very popular. I've seen this everywhere, and you can obviously tell V loves it. This, of course, reminded one particular army that V, a couple years ago, promised armies that if he had reached 20 million followers on VLive, he would then take a nude, shirtless ab photo. But like, Zaddy, why would you make those promises? You so dirty. Get it? It's like dirty, but dirty. Of course, armies were excited. They were excited back then when they heard that news, and now even more excited because they apparently reached that goal of 20 million followers on VLive. That means a photo is coming. All the kind of shirtless ab photos you see online are actually photoshopped. A lot of them are fan-made. We don't actually know what he will look like without a shirt on, but of course, these fan edit photos give us a pretty good idea of what he probably will look like. But of course, when the fan did actually remind V on weverse, which by the way, on weverse, V actually does respond back often to some of the comments and some of the requests. V did actually seem like he kind of forgot that he made this little promise, although it was many moons ago, so I don't blame him. V did answer and respond back to this person on weverse saying, but there's no time limit, right? Which means when he does get a chance, he will get some ab photos. And so that particular army, thank you for reminding us all that Taeyang made such promises. This army should definitely be the first person that Taeyang should send the ab photos to. It seems like it may not just be a selfie. Hopefully, I can imagine it could be like a full-blown photo shoot. A classy kind of shirtless nude. We'll get nice professional photos of him nude. Probably not, but a boy can dream, right? Even if it is just a selfie, we would love to see it. I imagine probably maybe he doesn't feel comfortable with his body yet, just because he's been in quarantine for a while and probably hasn't been working out as much. So maybe he wants to wait until he gets back out there and decides to do a little bit of exercising to get his six-pack abs kind of more defined, because I am sure they're still there. And then maybe afterwards he will do a photo shoot, but who knows? I definitely wanted to see what some armies were kind of reacting and saying to this. One army simply just wrote, I want to see though. And same, girl, I don't care if you straight, I don't care if you gay, I don't care if you bi, I don't even care if you like horses. You're gonna want to see Taeyang's abs. It's like it will give you clear skin, it will make you grow up big and strong, you will no longer need to eat your veggies. We must see it. You must put it out there, Tae, so you can save the world. The world desperately needs saving right now. Now, speaking of revealing and exposing themselves to the world, we have Jungkook Monster over here with more information on his tattoos. So if you don't know, Jungkook loves tattoos. He always spoke about when he was younger how he would get a ton of tattoos. Now that he is of age to get tattoos, he has a ton of tattoos. He followed that dream. See, dreams do come true. He does have a few on his hand, which you can all see and admire. He has armies tattooed on his fingers and just a bunch of other stuff. But previously we believed Jungkook's tattoo was a flower. That's kind of what we saw on his arm there. And this was of course from the angles that we were able to see from the On music video. Now I am shocked that Big Hit even showed this or allowed this or didn't even cut it out, as obviously it's a big deal to have tattoos in Korea. Like, it's a big deal in the bad way. I guess since this was supposed to be kind of an American comeback, they thought it would be fine, and that it was going to be shown on YouTube, that it would be fine. And honestly, I agree, most Americans wouldn't care. But recently Jungkook was singing Spring Day. This was in the class of 2020 video. This was the performance video that they did, not the speech one. And then you got to see more of his tattoos because when he lifted his arm, his shirt kind of fell down. Some people thought it was a new tattoo. It doesn't look like there was any additional tattoos, I don't think. This just looks like it was a new angle of the tattoo that we have never seen. What seems even more awesome is that Jungkook seems to be very open to the idea of having tattoos and showing them, which is the best thing ever. What's even cooler is that in the near future, when they finally do decide to do concerts, and Jungkook is wearing a t-shirt or nothing because it might be too hot, wink wink, you'll actually be able to get the full view of the tattoo. So if anyone wants to volunteer as tribute to go and see Jungkook live so they can view their tattoo, that would be bomb.com. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I volunteer as tribute. I will go ahead and see my baby. I will be the first. I definitely wanted to go on Twitter to see if anyone had anything to say about this new kind of possible angle of the tattoo. One army wrote this: Jungkook being able to show his tattoo during Spring Day was so beautiful. There's definitely a lot of praise going on for Jungkook being able to show his tattoo. Us armies, we want to see those tattoos. I'm sure a lot of armies who do have tattoos would love to relate to Jungkook's tattoos. They would feel closer to him knowing that he has tattoos. I would love it if he did one of those like BuzzFeed type of videos where he goes in and kind of reviews his tattoos, shows them all, talks about what they mean. It would be a service to us all. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon. If you want to go over to my Patreon and kind of check that out and contribute anything you want to kind of contribute over there, really just help me kind of put more time and energy into these videos, do more research, all that stuff, and really help me keep going. So I really do appreciate anything you can contribute over there. Obviously, as you know how YouTube is and everything that's going on, how much you make on YouTube, it really does vary every month. So Patreon really does help kind of keep things a little bit stable for me. So I do appreciate that so much. You can also get exclusive content over there, such as music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions, and anything you can request over there as well. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. There's also 2 videos that will pop up on the end of the screen on this video. So make sure you click on one of those videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.